The night the flames came, she was only a child. Tala, the youngest daughter of the Fire Clan, had always been different. While her sisters reveled in their mastery over flames, twisting fire into dazzling shapes and roaring infernos, Tala had no such gift. Her flames flickered, weak and uncertain, barely more than embers in her palms. Whispers followed her like shadows. A princess without fire? She is not one of us. Perhaps she was born wrong. Tala tried to ignore the sting of their words, focusing instead on what she could do. She loved the creatures of the land, the shy and silent ones, especially the pangolins, armored yet gentle. As the world turned on them, poachers hunting them for their scales, Tala cared for the few that remained near the palace. She hid them in the hollows of the great baobab trees, fed them sweet fruits, and whispered promises that one day they would be safe. But that promise shattered the night the fire came. A war between clans erupted and the sky burned red. Flames leapt from tree to tree, devouring the only home Tala had ever known. Smoke thickened the air, screams rang out, and the great baobabs began to collapse. She should have run. Every instinct screamed at her to flee, to save herself. But Tala thought of the pangolins, the helpless, innocent creatures buried in the heart of the burning forest. With nothing but the clothes on her back, she charged into the fire. The heat clawed at her skin, ash choked her throat, but still she ran, her heartbeat thundering like a war drum. When she reached the trees, she fell to her knees, clawing through the scorched earth until she found them. Their small bodies trembled, their scales hot from the flames, but they were alive. Tala gathered them into her arms. She turned to flee, but the fire had closed in around her, roaring higher than the tallest trees. There was no escape. Her hands trembled, her body ached. She was not strong. She was not powerful. And then she heard it, a voice, not from the outside, but within. You are not fire of destruction, but fire of protection. A warmth unlike any other ignited in her chest. It was not the scorching fire of war, but something older, deeper, like the embers that burn beneath the earth for centuries, waiting for the right moment to rise. Tala closed her eyes and exhaled. Flames burst from her skin, but they did not destroy. Instead, they formed a glowing cocoon, wrapping around her and the creatures in her arms. The fire bent to her will, not as a weapon, but as a shield. Step by step, she walked through the inferno. The flames parted before her, the smoke cleared, and by the time she emerged, the pangolins were safe. The people who had once doubted her stood in stunned silence. Tala, the girl with no fire, had just wielded flames more powerful than any before her. That night, the war ended, and when dawn broke over the ruins, the people looked to Tala, not with scorn, but with awe. You are no ordinary princess, they whispered. You are the queen of fire. But Tala only smiled. She did not need a title to know who she was. She was the protector of the small, the quiet, the forgotten, and that would always be enough.